Steve Post Motor Racing Network. Ty, you had actually told us in a pre-race about super late model, and I think somewhere during the conversation on the radio, I actually heard someone talk about Pensacola. How did the track compare? Was it what you hoped for? Obviously, the performance was good, but how did the track, the old worn-out factor, compare to what you might be used to?
Yeah, it's incredibly low grip. My spotter, Brandon Lyons, we go way back. He used to spot for Harrison Burton back in probably like 2014-ish to like 2017 or 18. And we had a lot of battles over the course of our careers. You know, we spent a lot of time racing at Pensacola, of course, for the Snowball Derby. And he kept telling me, just like Pensacola, smooth and straight. You know, this place, a lot like Pensacola, is just, you know, no grip, very coarse. We're down here close to the beach. There's sand in the air. It weathers away, you know, all the pieces of asphalt and the rocks the stones are left, and it wears the tires. So you've got to be mindful of that. You know, if you push too hard in the beginning, you're going to pay the price late in a run, and that's the mentality you have to have while racing a super at Pensacola, and a lot of that correlates here in these trucks. So thankfully the truck was good enough. I didn't have to manage too much. I tried to do a little bit there. I know the first 5 laps are very important, and I gave up a little bit after the first stage, dropped back. I think I restarted 4th or 5th, and just kind of settled in line there. And those guys were racing pretty hard, and then 5 laps later, it was going to the front. So, just pretty cool to have that relationship with Brandon, our history, and we used to, like I said, we used to feud. We used to get into it with each other and stuff. So it's kind of cool to come full circle. He's spotting for me, does a great job.
All right, next we'll go to Dalton Hopkins here in the center.
Ty, Dalton Hopkins, frontstretch.com, and I got to follow up after this. Were you aware of how close it was between Ben Rhodes, your teammate, and Stuart Friesen for the cutoff point? And did you know were you being told that at all, or were you just focused up at the front? No,
I had no idea what the point situation was. I knew it had to be close. I knew the 99 had a good first stage, the 52 had a good second stage. So I knew it was close. I wasn't quite aware of what the points position were. Leading the race, that's our focus, is just trying to stay ahead of the 38, giving me gaps out back to try and maintain that gap without abusing the tires in case of a late race caution.
And also, Ben said after the race that he should be borrowing notes from you for Phoenix. He feels like that you're more of a favorite for that race. Do you feel the same way?
It's a new race, right? I feel like we certainly have momentum on our side, winning 2 of the last 3 here. On different types of racetracks, short track at Bristol, and then, a low grip 1.5 miles like Homestead, 2 very different racetracks. I feel like, just generally speaking, Joe and I have been clicking really well the back half of this season. We had good finishes early on in the year, but we've been able to consistently put whole races together throughout this back half of the year. So I can't really say who the favorite is and who isn't, but regardless, I really like my chances going to Phoenix.
Come over here to Jerry Jordan.
Jerry Jordan, King, this is Harris.net. You're out there, you're leading. You've got Zane behind you. He was in, but he wanted to win, obviously. For you, what's it like to be the spoiler in this race that set things up for Phoenix?
Yeah, I think I guess the spoiler from the standpoint, none of the cutoff guys won, right? But I feel like we've been one of the 4 strongest trucks throughout the back half of this season. Like I said, I feel really good about where our team's at. We put a full-fledged effort in for this race, but our focus has really been on Phoenix since we won Bristol. So to come out here with a strong effort like this, we came pretty aggressive from a package perspective, hoping to learn for next year on these types of racetracks. And I feel pretty good about where our package is at, and just need to fine-tune a little bit more and keep building on it.
All right, we'll go back to MRN for a follow-up.
Dave Moody from MRN and Sirius XM. Can you speak, is there a tangible value to, by the time you go to Phoenix, being undefeated in the Truck Series for a month? Is there a tangible edge to that, or is it just feel good?
I don't know. It's it obviously feels good, right? We didn't have a great Talladega whatsoever. You know, we were in a position leading early on in the race, and I felt like guys were just too aggressive and fell to the back on purpose, and then never really could go anywhere. I think the package that the engine package and the restrictor plate, it's hard to form runs at Talladega now, and so we want to get our momentum back going into Phoenix. I feel like, like I said before, our team has been really strong the back half of this season, and we really wanted to come here with a good run, build to Phoenix and carry that momentum. And, I wasn't, didn't know we were going to win today. I thought we were decent in practice, but that first run we fired off and just, hauling through the field. I knew we had a good chance at it if we get out front.
Any additional questions for Ty? Okay, come up to Bob.
Bob Pockers, Fox Sports. I have a couple. The first, do you wish the championship race was tomorrow?
I don't know. I want more time to massage on our Phoenix truck. Like I said, we've been working on it, since Bristol. Obviously, the momentum is great, but we want some time to massage on it. We feel like we've had an advantage knowing that, we're going to Phoenix for about a month now. So we've been massaging on that truck. Like I said, we put obviously a full effort into this one, but I've been to the simulator 3 times this year before the back half of this season, just for the 3 road courses. I've already been there 3 times just for Phoenix, so I haven't personally done any simulator at Homestead. So our focus has been on Phoenix, and like I said, I feel good about our chances.
And, are you feeling any pressure? This is, we always talk about where you were a few years ago, and now to have, having won 2 races in a semifinal round, and probably what most people would consider a favorite to win.
I don't think anybody thought we were going to be in this position. To answer your question, I don't feel any pressure. I feel like we've already overachieved what everybody thought we were going to be able to do. Although I believed in the team surrounding me, and when we started, running good this year and strung together some top 5 finishes in the May and June months, I knew we were just right on that cusp of breaking out. And I knew once that we could get that first one, they would come a little easier. So. Thankfully, that's been the case. I feel, like I said, really, really good about where our team's at. I feel like we've done our job this season. It's incredibly hard to make it to Phoenix. There's so many factors that have to play in your favor to come out on top. You have to perform and execute. Picker has to be good. I have to do my job, and it all has to come together. So, in my opinion, once you make it to Phoenix, you've done your job as a race team. And you just, go do the best you can, and cross your T's, dot your I's, do everything you can to best prepare for the championship race.
Any final questions for Ty? All right, Ty, congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.